After the age of 60, 7 out of 10 people begin to lose the sharpness of their vision. But the real concern isn't just that things are getting blurry, it's that you don't actually know what's happening inside your eyes. Every morning you wake up, your eyes feel dry, slightly irritated, like there's a thin layer of fog over everything. You blink a few times, then reach for your usual eye drops, and you think, this is normal, it's just part of getting older. But here's what very few people tell you. Most vision decline doesn't start on the surface. It starts deep inside, where eye drops can never reach. And while you're trying to soothe your eyes every day, something else is quietly happening. The cells inside your eyes are gradually losing their ability to protect themselves, making your vision more blurred, more sensitive, and harder to recover over time. What surprised me most after years of working with older adults is this. Many people are doing everything right, eating better, taking vitamins, using medications, yet their vision continues to decline. So where is the real problem? In this video, I'm going to show you a completely different perspective, why what you're doing might not be enough, and how one tiny, very common seed, when used the right way, can support your eyes in a way most people have never even considered. And more importantly, there's a common mistake that, if you're making it, you could be losing most of the benefit without even realizing it. Many people believe that declining vision is just a natural part of aging. But in reality, what's happening deep inside your eyes is something very different. After the age of 60, your eyes don't just get weaker. They begin to lose their natural protective system, the very system that keeps your vision clear and stable. Think of your lens like a perfectly clear piece of glass. When you're younger, it can clean itself efficiently, resisting damage and allowing light to pass through sharply. But over time, that protection starts to break down. Tiny impurities begin to build up, not enough for you to notice right away, but enough to make everything you see gradually less sharp, little by little. What makes this dangerous is that the process is silent. No pain, no clear warning signs. You only notice it when you need brighter light to read text on your phone starts to blur, or driving at night becomes more difficult. And at that point you think, I just need stronger glasses. But the truth is, the problem isn't the glasses. The real issue is that your eyes are losing their ability to protect themselves from daily damage, from light, from the environment, and from the natural aging process happening inside your body. That's why external support alone is often not enough, because once that internal protection weakens, no matter how much you try from the outside, your vision will continue to decline. And this is the part so many people miss. They're taking care of their eyes, but not protecting what matters most inside them. So why is it that so many people try to eat better, eating carrots, taking vitamins, using eye drops every day, and still don't see real improvement in their vision? The issue is this: those solutions only address the surface, not the root cause. Carrots are good, yes. They provide beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. But your body has to convert it through multiple steps, and as you age, that ability declines significantly. So you may be doing the right thing, but your body isn't getting much out of it. And eye drops? They act like a thin layer of moisture on the surface, giving you immediate relief. Less dryness, less irritation, less discomfort, but that relief only lasts a few hours. After that, everything returns. Think of it this way. You're cleaning the outside of a piece of glass every day, but the inside is still becoming cloudy. That's why so many people fall into this cycle. Dry eyes leads to use drops. Feel better briefly leads to, then dryness returns and gradually become more dependent. But more importantly, the inside of your eyes is still not being restored. If you only focus on temporary relief, without supporting the protective system from within, then, no matter how consistent you are, the results will remain limited. And this is the turning point, when you begin to understand that taking care of your eyes isn't about doing more. It's about doing it the right way. This is the part that surprises a lot of people when I explain it. It's not that you're lacking nutrients, it's that your body isn't using them. You might be eating seeds, taking vitamins, even choosing foods that are labeled good for your eyes. But if you're using them the wrong way, most of the benefits never reach where they're actually needed. As you get older, your digestive system and absorption capacity begin to slow down. Certain nutrients that are critical for eye health, especially antioxidants and fat-soluble vitamins, cannot be absorbed effectively without the right conditions. A simple example, many people eat seeds as a quick snack. But what they don't realize is that some of the nutrients inside are essentially locked, and the body only absorbs a small portion. Or some people take vitamins at random times during the day, with coffee, tea, or when the stomach isn't ready. Small factors like these can significantly reduce how much your body actually absorbs, and then they conclude, this probably doesn't work. But in reality, their body never received the full benefit to begin with. This is the key point. It's not that you need more. You need to do it the right way, so your body can actually use what you're giving it. And once you understand this, you start to see nutrition very differently. Not just what you eat, but how you eat it, so it truly works inside your eyes. So what's the missing piece? It's not some exotic food, but a tiny seed you've probably seen hundreds of times, just never used the right way. Sunflower seeds. It sounds simple, almost too familiar, but what makes them powerful isn't the seed itself. It's what they deliver inside your body. Sunflower seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E, an antioxidant your eyes depend on to defend against daily damage. Think of vitamin E as a kind of shield that protects your lens from the silent oxidative reactions that gradually blur your vision. When that protection declines, the cells in your eyes become more vulnerable, and the process of vision deterioration speeds up more than you might expect. But when you replenish it properly and your body actually absorbs it, something interesting begins to happen. Not instantly, like eye drops, but from within, the environment inside your eyes starts to stabilize. Dryness begins to ease. That gritty, irritated feeling softens, and more importantly, the decline starts to slow down. What many people don't realize is this: your eyes don't just need to be soothed, they need to be protected and nourished every single day. And the compounds inside this small seed, when used the right way, can act like a kind of biological armor, helping your eyes defend against damage you may not even be aware of. So what is it about such a small seed that can make it feel more stable for so many people compared to just using eye drops? The answer comes down to a very clear difference: temporary relief versus supporting repair from within. Eye drops work fast. You feel better almost instantly. But that effect is like watering the surface of dry soil. The top becomes moist, but deep underneath is still lacking nourishment. On the other hand, when your body receives the right nutrients, especially antioxidants like vitamin E, they don't just soothe. They take part in protecting and stabilizing the internal environment of your eyes. Think of it this way: eye drops equals relieve the sensation. Proper nutrition equals supports the system from within. One helps you feel better for a few hours, the other helps you maintain more stable vision over time. And this is something many older adults begin to notice after a while. They can still use eye drops when needed, but they rely on them less often. Not because they're forcing themselves to go without, but because their eyes no longer depend on them the same way. This isn't about replacing one with the other. It's about shifting the role, from simply managing symptoms to supporting the root cause. And once you start caring for your eyes in this way, you'll realize something important. Feeling better is just the beginning. What you truly need is long-term stability. But here's the part most people overlook. It's not whether you eat the seeds, it's how you eat them. The vitamin E in sunflower seeds is fat-soluble. That means if you eat the seeds on their own, A large portion of that nutrient isn't absorbed efficiently. It passes through your body almost wasted. That's why many people say, "I've tried eating seeds, but I didn't notice any difference." The issue isn't the seed itself, it's the way you combine it. When you eat sunflower seeds with a healthy fat source, like a slice of ripe avocado, the absorption of vitamin E increases significantly. At that point, the nutrients don't just enter your body, they are actually delivered to the tissues that need them, including your eyes. And there's another factor that often goes unnoticed: vitamin C. When you add a bit of fresh lemon juice, vitamin C helps reactivate antioxidants after they've been used. In simple terms, you're not just adding protection, you're helping it last longer and work more effectively. This is the difference between eating randomly and eating with intention, with just a small change in how you combine things. You can go from just eating to truly nourishing your body. And once your body starts absorbing nutrients the right way, that's when you begin to notice a clearer difference day by day. So, how should you start to actually see a real difference? It doesn't have to be complicated. What matters is doing it right and doing it consistently. Each morning, when your body is in its best state for absorption, prepare something simple: a small handful of raw, unsalted sunflower seeds, combined with about a quarter of a ripe avocado and a few drops of fresh lemon juice squeezed on top. It sounds simple, but this combination is the key. Sunflower seeds provide the raw materials. Avocado helps your body absorb them efficiently. Lemon helps extend the activity of those protective compounds. You don't need to eat a lot. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Just eat them together, and do it every day. If you're not used to avocado, you can replace it with another healthy fat source, like a small handful of walnuts or a teaspoon of olive oil. What matters isn't the exact ingredient. It's following the principle of the combination. One small but important note: have this in the morning before drinking coffee or tea. These beverages can interfere with the absorption of certain nutrients if consumed too close together. And don't think of this as a quick tip. Think of it as a daily eye care habit, just like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Because real change doesn't come from doing something once. It comes from doing the right small thing consistently, every day. And when you stick with it, your body will begin to respond in ways that are very noticeable. What helps many people stick with this habit isn't that they believed in it from the start, but that they begin to notice changes fairly early on. Within the first 2 to 3 days, some people notice something small. When they wake up, their eyes feel less dry, and that slight gritty sensation is reduced. That's not a miracle. It's a sign that the internal environment of the eyes is starting to stabilize. After about a week, many people describe that. They no longer have to blink repeatedly to clear their vision in the morning. Things still aren't perfect, but the hazy feeling is noticeably lighter. By around 2 weeks, the difference becomes easier to notice in daily life. Reading messages on the phone feels more comfortable, less squinting when looking at small text-reduced eye fatigue by the end of the day. And if you continue for 3 to 4 weeks, this is when many people start to say, "I don't know why, but lately I think about my eyes less." Not because they've forgotten, but because their eyes aren't bothering them the way they used to. What's important to understand is this. This isn't a switch-on process. It's more like gradually cleaning a piece of glass that's been cloudy for a long time, a little bit each day, until you start seeing more clearly without noticing the exact moment it changed. And that's exactly why. If you stop too early, you'll miss the stage where improvement becomes most noticeable. Give your body enough time to respond, because sometimes the most lasting changes begin with the smallest signs. But there's something I need to say clearly. Just a few small mistakes can wipe out almost all the benefits you're trying to build. The first mistake: eating in the evening. Many people think any time is fine. But in reality, the morning is when your body absorbs and uses nutrients most efficiently. When you eat in the evening, your metabolism slows down, and much of the nutrition is not fully utilized. The second mistake, drinking coffee or tea too close to your meal. These beverages contain compounds that can bind certain important nutrients, reducing how well your body absorbs them. You might be doing everything right, but this small habit can significantly reduce the results. The third mistake, choosing the wrong kind of seeds. Salted, flavored, or heavily processed packaged seeds no longer carry the same value as they originally did. Some additives can even interfere with absorption. You think you're supplementing, but in reality, you may be doing the opposite. The fourth mistake, not staying consistent, doing it for 2 to 3 days, then forgetting, or trying it for a week and stopping because nothing has changed yet. But as you've seen, this process takes time, not because it doesn't work, but because your body needs time to adapt and recover. And finally, expecting results too quickly. If you expect noticeable change in just a few days, you're very likely to give up right before your body starts responding. These mistakes may seem small, but combined, they can lead you in the wrong direction without you even realizing it. So sometimes the key isn't doing more. It's avoiding the things that are quietly undoing your efforts every single day. There's something I've realized after many years of working with older adults. The issue isn't that we lack solutions, it's that we've moved away from simple principles that used to work very well. Take a moment to look at how previous generations ate. They didn't talk about vitamin E or antioxidants. They didn't need complex terms, but they ate foods closer to their natural state, combined things simply, and most importantly, they did it consistently every day. They didn't eat seeds as a random snack. They used them as part of a meal, alongside natural fats, alongside fresh foods. And that combination aligns closely with what modern science is now trying to explain. Meanwhile, today, we often do the opposite. We eat faster. We separate components. We rely more on convenience products. And then, when the body begins to change, we look for more complex solutions instead of returning to the basics. What I want you to see is not a new trick, but a different way of thinking. You don't need more. You need the right thing, done the right way. Your eyes don't require anything extreme. They simply need what has always been compatible with the human body, but that we've gradually overlooked. And when you return to those simple principles, not for a day, but every day, you're not just improving your vision, you're helping your body function the way it was designed to function. There's nothing new about it. We've just forgotten. So remember this, your eyes don't weaken simply because of age. They weaken when they're no longer given what they need to protect themselves each day. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet or rely on complicated solutions. Sometimes just one small change, done the right way, can create a meaningful difference over time. Your body, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, still has the ability to adapt and improve. It just needs the right building blocks. So here's something simple I'd like you to try. For the next 30 days, each morning, follow the combination we just talked about. Before you begin, take a minute to assess your current eye condition, level of dryness, clarity when reading, how your vision feels at night. Write it down. Keep it. Then, after 30 days, go back and look at what you recorded. Even small changes will give you a clearer answer than any advertisement ever could. If you decide to try this, come back and share your experience. I read what you write, and sometimes your story can help someone else avoid the same struggles. If you found this helpful, you can leave a like so more people can see it. And if you'd like to keep receiving simple, practical tips for staying healthy after 60, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Taking care of your eyes isn't something you do once, it's a choice you make every single day.